There are so many things happening around us every single day. So many stories, so many moments, so many realities unfolding right before our eyes. But the truth is, because of how busy life has become, because of the hustle, the pressure, and the constant chase for survival, we often miss what truly matters. We don't pay attention. We don't pause. We don't reflect. And sometimes, we don't even realize the weight of life until something shocking happens. Guys, today's gist is not just another trending topic. This is one of those stories that will make you stop, think, and maybe even look at life a little differently. Because right now, there is a video trending. A video that has touched hearts across Nigeria. A story that came quietly but shook people loudly. But before we get into that, let's quickly talk about something exciting. Game for 2 is still going strong on Sonia Uche TV, and honestly guys, the love this project is getting is massive. Over 2.4 million views and still counting. That alone tells you something. People are watching, people are engaged, and people are invested. But beyond the views, there's something deeper happening. There's a conversation. A question being asked. A debate building. And that question is simple. Which actresses do we want to see on our screens? Now, this is not just a random question. This is coming from the fan base. The Sonia Uche fan base, to be precise. And when they ask questions like this, it's not just for fun, it's because they want feedback. They want direction. They want to know what you think. Because at the end of the day, content creators, actors, producers, they are all human beings. Sometimes they don't know exactly what the audience wants. Sometimes they need guidance. And that's where you come in. Your comments matter. Your opinions matter. Your voice matters. So whenever you see posts like that, don't just scroll past. Engage. Contribute. Be part of the movement that shapes what we see on our screens. Because together, we can push great content to even greater heights. Now let's dive into the main story of today. The Nigerian film industry Nollywood is currently in a state of deep sadness. A kind of sadness that is quite heavy and difficult to process. Because a life has been lost. Not just any life. A life that meant something. A life that touched many. A life that told stories. Veteran Nollywood actor Solomon Akiyesi has reportedly passed away. And according to reports, he died peacefully in his sleep. No warning. No struggle. No noise. Just a quiet goodbye. And that's what makes it even more painful. Because imagine this. You go to bed at night. You say your prayers. You thank God for the day. You hug your loved ones. You smile. You close your eyes with hope. Hope that tomorrow will come. Hope that you will wake up to another day. Another opportunity. Another chance. But morning comes. And you're no longer there. That is the reality that has shaken so many people. Because it reminds us of something we often try to ignore. Life is fragile. 1 minute, someone is here. The next minute they're gone. No announcement. No preparation. No warning sign. Just silence. When the news broke, fans were shocked. Colleagues were heartbroken. Friends were confused. Because how do you explain something like this? How do you accept it? Members of the Actors Guild of Nigeria have expressed their grief. Both past and present leaders have spoken with heavy hearts, sending prayers and condolences to his family. They didn't just talk about him as an actor. They talked about him as a man. A good man. A hard-working man. A man who gave his time. A man who supported others. A man who made an impact. And that's something worth remembering. Because beyond the fame, beyond the spotlight, beyond the roles, who was he? Solomon Akiyesi was more than just a face on television. He was a storyteller. The kind of actor who didn't just play roles, but brought them to life. When he acted, you felt it. When he spoke, you listened. When he appeared on screen, he commanded attention. He featured in movies like Desperate Ladies, Pretty Liars, Bridge of Contract, and Heart of a Saint. And in every single one of these roles, he gave his best. He made people laugh. He made people cry. He made people think. And that's what true acting is about. Not just entertaining but connecting. Not just performing but impacting. But his journey didn't stop at acting. He was also a director, an entrepreneur, a visionary. Someone who believed in growth. Someone who believed in building something bigger than himself. He didn't just focus on his own success, he helped others. He guided young actors. He mentored upcoming talents. He created opportunities. And that's something that doesn't always get talked about enough. Because sometimes, the greatest impact a person makes is in the lives of others. Even with fame, he remained connected to his roots. He was born and raised in Ososo, in Edo State. That's where his story began. That's where he learned life. That's where he built his foundation. And even as he grew, he never forgot where he came from. People from his hometown remember him as someone who stayed grounded. Someone who stayed proud of his origin. Someone who never lost himself. And in today's world, that's rare. Now, like many people, his life wasn't perfect. He had his ups and downs. His personal life often made headlines. He had multiple marriages. And because of that, many people judged him. Some called him a serial husband. Some criticized his choices. Some questioned his lifestyle. But here's the truth. He was human. Just like everyone else. He made choices. He learned. He grew. And at the end of the day, no one is perfect. Because life is not a straight line. It's a journey. Full of mistakes. Full of lessons. Full of growth. In his career, he continued to evolve. He appeared in films across different years, showing his ability to stay relevant in an ever-changing industry. From earlier works to more recent projects, he remained active. He remained committed. He remained passionate. And that's something worth respecting. There were also reports about his financial success, his net worth being mentioned in large figures. But at this moment, none of that really matters. Because when someone is gone, money doesn't speak. Fame doesn't speak. Only impact speaks. Only memories remain. Only legacy matters. Since the news of his passing, people have been sharing their thoughts. Some talk about his talent. Some talk about his kindness. Some simply say, rest well. And sometimes that's all that needs to be said. Because grief doesn't always need long speeches. Sometimes, it just needs silence. But beyond the sadness, this moment brings something else. Reflection. A reminder. A wake-up call. That life is not something we can control. We can plan. We can dream. We can hope. But we don't always know what tomorrow holds. And that's why love matters. That's why kindness matters. That's why appreciation matters. Because every moment is a gift. And every day is not guaranteed. This story is not just about loss. It's about awareness. It's about gratitude. It's about living with intention. Because at the end of the day, what will people remember about you? Your money? Your fame? Or the way you made them feel? Now, as people continue to mourn, there is also a conversation happening. A conversation about how veteran actors are treated. Because these are the people who built Nollywood. These are the people who laid the foundation. These are the people who created the industry we enjoy today. And their contributions should never be forgotten. Their legacy should be respected. Their impact should be honored. As of now, details about his burial have not been made public. But one thing is certain. He will be remembered. Not just for his roles. Not just for his fame. But for his life. And as we end this story, let's take a moment. A moment to reflect. A moment to appreciate. A moment to love. Tonight, when you go to bed, say your prayers. Check on your loved ones. Forgive where you need to forgive. Appreciate the people around you. Because life is unpredictable. And before we wrap up, let's lighten the mood just a little with that viral clip making rounds online. Because Nigerians, we always find a way to laugh, even in tough times. The video talks about something we all relate to. Paying for things we don't use. From expensive sachet water to hidden bank charges. And the advice? Walk into your bank. Drink their water. Use their toilet. After all they've been charging you. Honestly, it's funny but also very real. Because in this country, we've normalized things that shouldn't be normal. And sometimes, all we can do is laugh through it. So guys, that's the gist for today. If this story touched you in any way, drop a comment. Say a word of prayer. Share your thoughts. And let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Lizzy's Gist World. Turn on your notification bell so you never miss any update. And as always, take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.